possible. Meanwhile, Dire, here we go. The final counter pick into the mid lane, into the Orianna that they gave over. We were suspecting the Galio. You know, it is his most played, was his most played for summer. They are going to lock it in, and that is going to put a lot of pressure on Eddie to be the carry.
Justice punch. So just as a little bit of a drive-by, autos one of the minions. Elioya leaving the bot side Scuttlecrab to go and try and fight towards the top side. Alvaro trading in here with the Unbreakable. There's the stun onto Taki. Taki pops the heal afterwards though, and Super's down to half HP. Concussive Blow's almost procced as Histo dives in. Elioya looking for the trade onto him. Chomp, chomp, chomp goes the Trundle. Dire stepping forward down to 200. Gets the taunt, but gets smacked across the head with a club. Histo almost escapes, but the red's enough for Elioya.
Okay, Trundle doesn't have like crazy mechanics, but that was a really good Trundle play right there.
He does have one mechanic that's going well, but Taki the bottom
Has
side
to
now.
flash away the Gatling gun though, hitting him in the bush, and Super gets the third on the board for MKOI.
It's going off.
Histo is on his way across as well. Taki looking for the engage here as the Arc of Judgment comes out from Eddie for a little bit of a slurkle. Hero's entrance onto the back line. Elioya doesn't have flash and he's alone in the back of the pit. The exhaust on Die is enough though. Shockwave coming out is going to catch up to Taki. Elioya already down as they look for a bit more of a trade, but Alvaro is now stuck by himself in the pit. Another slurkle, a flash from Eddie. It's gonna be 2 for the Whales.
The best part about Team Secret Whales, they do not sit on losses. They will fight their way out, and they're still fighting.
Super in the shop instead of watching his screen as Histo collapses on him, stops his reset, but Super underneath the tower here should be able to go away. Histo looking for the flag and drag. He gets him, he gets the shield, and he gets out. Beautiful from Team Secret Whales. I was saying the saying in the Vietnamese community about Team Secret Whales is Alvaro looks for Taki here. As Taki flashes in immediately to the engage, Histo is coming around the corner looking for the follow-up. Super locked up, there's the Cataclysm. Lock him in the cage, it's 1, they're looking for 2. Alvaro has no escape, and Eddie is shredding.
Which you so often pick up on the Ionara because of the synergies is going to end up popping, which is only going to snowball him as well. It becomes very difficult now for Super and Alvaro to contest the wave states, as you can see, and this means you're going to start to put pressure on towards turret plates, and these observers feel like they're toying with us. I think Histo's here.
Histo going in with a flag and drag once again. Glacial Fisher out from Alvaro, stands beside his teammate while the public execution goes down to the top side. Alvaro's going to fall. Mirwin looks for the damage.
Added pressure from the Galio that can come over the top. This is where this game, sure, you've got great scaling.
Eddie's just going in, pops the ultimate, and Super's just dead. Eddie on a killing spree, 3 started by MKOI. Histo walks across from the side, Herald down to about 5,000. Taki gets a knock-up on both. Alvaro jumped on Super trying to get away, but he's dead where he stands. Alvaro in that redemption. Herald still the target. Elioya will smite it and secure it. Now needs to get out of the back of the pit. Does have the flash, but he's knocked up. Will flash into the tri-bush. Histo still on the chase with Eddie diving in. It's another for Eddie as MKOI are rattled.
Histo and Eddie are just the Bash brothers in this game, destroying MKOI. I mean, yeah, they lost the Rift Herald, but they're going to chase down even more kills.
Dive in, Histo with the flag and drag. Alvaro able to stand beside his teammate. Taki goes in with the knock-up, Unbreakable down as well. They still have the shockwave, but Eddie finds another. Jojo dies where he stands, gets 1 in response, but
it's difficult at the moment with that Cloud Soul, being able to allow MKOI to shift just as quickly back and forth.
Taki caught out as the rest of his team backs. He's going to pop that Unbreakable wing, goes in with a headbutt pulverize. Eddie trying to come in from the side as well. Super needs that redemption. Cataclysm flashed away from as the hero's entrance comes down. Mirwin flashing away from his own TP. Pun now on the front line, jumps straight into Alvaro, who's trying to protect his Ambessa. The concussive blows, the shockwave finds 3. Jojo trying to turn Team Secret Whales into poutine, but he can't quite do it. Pun falls, 2 for Jojo now as Super walks underneath his tower and does manage to get away. Meanwhile on the top side, Arakan, MKOI's next prize.
MKOI finally found the fight that they need.
To pun on this Scion, he's got basically no magic. It's just the Aegis sitting there, no Merc Treads as Mirwin's engaged on redemption coming out. Mirwin looking for the fight here onto Histo. Taki going in with the headbutt pulverize, and there's the TP follow-up. Mirwin was isolated from the rest of his team. Team Secret Whales turn their attentions towards the top side. Exhaust down onto Dire, ball put in the middle of them, but no shockwave cord as of yet. Another Winter's Bite coming out from Alvaro just for the slow. MKOI want to fight this, but Taki's in prime position for this flank. Jojo will be able to spot him out with Elioya. Taki goes goes in, but the rest of his team not on the same page. And Alistair ticking down the missile, just short of catching his backside. Pun now the target, stunned up with those concussive blows. Shockwave finds Eddie. Hero's entrance coming down for the magic damage shield as the chase continues. Jojo's going to kill off Pun, but he's going to use the zombie form to keep everyone else away from Elioya. Elioya falls. It's a great fight for Team Secret Wales.
Team Secret Wales are using the terrain so well in this fight, kiting back into that tribe.
Starting up the Artican TP is coming out from
Going
Team
quick.
Secret Wales, as you say, going down quite quickly, but Histo is here. Alvaro gets the Winter's Bite. 5,000 now on the Artican. Pun with the Decimating Smash just to force MKOI up towards this top side. Redemption coming out, Mirwin looking for a flank of his own. Eddie has his flash though, so it's going to be very difficult to get onto him. Unstoppable Onslaught used, Alvaro with Glacial Fissure. There's the Artican secured by Histo. Pun still on that front line, and MKOI all grouped up for the Cataclysm. And here comes your hero! Dire dives in, lands the taunt, and MKOI are shredded. Mirwin on the back line, but Team Secret Wales wrap around him like piranhas to get a couple more as the fight continues. Team Secret Wales able to back
get
away.
to that top side Adakan fight, so no TP available on the unsealed spellbook.
You can see MKOI taking their time to try and deny as much vision here as possible. Histo steps in, goes in with the Cataclysm. Unstoppable Onslaught blocked by the walls. Jojo, though, caught out as Alvaro tries to protect his mid laner. Hero's entrance in by Dire, who TP behind them. The Shockwave not connecting as Team Secret Wales already found one in the fight. Histo looking for a little bit more. There's the second. Eddie's going to get a double. There's Soul for them, and probably Baron alongside it.
They win the critical fight here. TSW, they walk in and they take everything from MKOI.
Elioya chased out. They want to take him out just so that he
Difficult for MKOI to find that fight.
Yeah, that's why it's so critical for TSW to get the Baron buff. This allows them to just destroy these towers without a lot of effort.
Pillar goes down on Sluggy, he's down to half HP. Histo going in as well. The tower is going to fall. Unstoppable Onslaught will find the knockup onto Elioya. Chase comes in with the hero's entrance. Jojo pinned the target. He manages to flash out. Taki going back in for the re-engage. Eddie goes legendary as Team Secret Wales just slowly roll their way through the MKOI base.
There's just nothing MKOI can do. Team Secret Wales, the beefcakes are out in full force, and it's Supa who's already at half HP.
Yeah, Eddie is just untouched on this backline. Histo still has the Guardian Angel. He's going to dive forward once again. Pun goes down underneath the towers, but he's actually still alive somehow as Dire dives back in with the Justice Punch. Supa forced away towards the top side. Eddie still standing. Elioya and Supa trying to defend against Team Secret Wales here. And they might be able to do it with the Baron falling off. Reset's going to come out from Dire. He does have his teleport. Eddie's flash about to come off. Cooldown has the barrier as well. Supa pots a barrier of his own. The pillar goes down. Eddie out of tower range just in time as Dire now TP's back in. Alvaro's going to come back from the fountain. Supa trying to heal up before his Nexus towers go down. The Unbreakable used to block the shots. Justice Punch in with the taunt. Supa coming in with the Gatling gun, but he can't get onto that backline. Eddie is low. MKOI know it. They have to kill this AD carry, but they just can't get through.
Team Secret Wales don't die!
Team Secret Wales. It's beautiful from TSW. Elioya, the last man standing, but Eddie kites him like an absolute madman. TSW 1-0 up.
What a game here from TSW.
Now they are just going to be burst down by Team Secret Wales. See, and there's the tank, there's the Ornn, gives you a bit of long-range engage as well. Follow-up for the Rakan if he goes in, or even initiation with that call of the Forge God. Knocking out MKOI once again from that LCP region as we get into game 2. Quite connect, Histo coming in, Mirwin beginning to back off, has popped a potion. As that Doran shield as well, while in the mid lane, the catch! It's Kiana with Burst Blood. Elioya will get it. The dive on the bot side, it's enough. Great tanking from Taki with the cannon. Good spot there, Dagda.
Yeah, really nice job on the bottom
Meeting up at the Raptor attempt.
Histo not going to go for the Razor,
Not seen.
instead going towards that mid lane. Jojo doesn't have the flash. Dire doesn't have one either. Histo looking for the Q3 knock-up here. We'll be able to get it. Chase continues with that Rune Prison and Overload and auto needed. Histo takes it. Red buff. The
lot of help in that later portion of the game as well, but still they're getting so much gold.
Call of the Forge got used by Mirwin just to clear out the wave here. Doesn't kill off all the minions though. There's a couple of casters still there. Histo diving in onto Mirwin, who does have the flash. Ace in the hole is going to connect onto him, and Histo looks for the chase. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Pun surviving. There's no dive materializes for MKOI. A kill, and what will be a tower for Team Secret Wales on the top side.
Black Cleaver done, so Renekton can continue to get the early push.
Pun with a 2-level lead over Mirwin, pops the Dominus and looks for the chase. Slice and dice forward. Mirwin having to use the flash to get away. Do it, Pun! Call the weak. Pun finds it, now is going to get collapsed on by the rest of MKOI with a TP coming in, but they have to invest so much to kill off this Croc.
It's about sending that message, you know, he has...
The last couple of days, their willingness to step back on a side lane. Dire now beginning to step back up as he tries to clear out the way. Elioya waited, Miasma down, Petrifying Gaze coming out as well. This is Primitive his talent, and that's a caster curse if I've ever...
So keep the split push up. He's got his teleport. They can threaten trap plays.
So jumps onto Alvaro. Elioya on that front line. TP coming behind from the rise here. Crescent Guard, super interplay talent coming out as well. As Histo dives onto Alvaro. Pop Blossom not finding anyone. A 3-man Petrifying Gaze as Jojo begins to turn on the Twin Fangs. Dire on the flank. MKOI 5v4 in their favor as Dire begins to walk away with that phase rush. Super having to flash out. Call of the Forge Rod coming out as well. Ace in the hole. Not blocked. Super down. The sniper finds his man as Eddie gets one. But Team Secret Wales have lost 2 in the fight. 3 so far, in fact, as we see Pun falling. Elioya, Alvaro, and Jojo on the chase. Dire all on his lonesome, caught out by MKOI. They'll find a 4-4-1
on the map for them. So MKOI, I feel like they just have way more useful tools in the game now looking forward. Since we're past 25 minutes, their team fight is insane. Their ability to pick you off.
Elioya jumping in with the audacity. Dire's going to try and get out with the Realm Whip here, but the quickness and the miasma for the grounded effect. MKOI find their man in the side lane with TP.
Getting the kill and a summoner spell from Pun as well. That is perfect now. Taki and Eddie.
Force Lord onto Eddie. Super, look at the essence block. The knockup coming in as well as Super and Mirwin.
With this side lane pressure or anything for them.
Pun gonna step forward here. Mirwin waiting for him. Gets the knock at Miasma down as well. No slice, no dice. Ooh. And there's the Petrifying Gaze. Pun stares into the eyes of Jojo.
So you can see Alvaro is still looking to interrupt these resets, and Jojo and Elioya could also try and collapse onto the bottom side.
Eddie's still here. He's still trying to get onto Super. Doesn't really have the defenses. Jojo stepping forward with that Miasma once again. The Crescent Guard down, TP coming out as Mirwin looks to help out his team. Supreme Decided Talent not going to get any stuns. Team Secret Wales on the back foot. The Mystic shots not enough to take down Pun, but now with the tower pushing in, with the minions pushing into the tower, in fact, that will be an inhibitor tower in the mid lane. Eddie trying to flank, not something you often see a Caitlyn do. Looking for the hunt, Elioya chases in and Eddie gets him! The shutdown, Elioya tried to make a...
The late game when it goes to everybody as well. Now, we're seeing them push top again. We've got Renekton with teleport ready, and Pun is trying to split push.
Quickness, supreme display of talent, and the true shot barrage is a 2-shot barrage! As MKOI find a couple of kills, they're going to chase onto Eddie as well, who's able to know as MKOI push in with these super minions. Team Secret Wales trying to defend, flash, Petrifying Gaze into the quickness, Crescent Guard with a good knockback out. The Pop Blossom coming out as well, but Histo's already down, and MKOI all still incredibly healthy. Elioya diving in for a triple to his name. Pun on the fountain will find one, a quadra. In fact, Super gets the last, but MKOI will even out the series 1-1.
MKOI found the fights that they needed to bring that game back, to keep themselves at World 2025.
Ability to get, you know, Neferi's invulnerabilities out, that core of the pack, she has to eviscerate away, and a hover of the LeBlanc, but it's going to be RE for Jojo Pure, something he's so experienced on.
Yeah, that's what we were mentioning, because the ult buff on the patch as well were very good.
I feel like there's an initiation ceremony for top laners that no one else knows about, where they go in, it's like, okay, this is where you go, and this is how much you got to grab.
Mirren does have to be careful about how aggressive he trades here, because there is a jungler on the top side of the map, and that wave will crash, and I think this is the signal for Histo to go, but
Mirren going in, look for the 1v1, and Topos goes in with a Pathmaker and just claps him! Smacks him between his and Topos. Histo will get one in response.
Trying to abuse the matchup in its entirety, even getting this Cuddle Crab on that top side, but bot lane.
The dive in with the Zenith Blade Caller coming out from Super to get the root onto Eddie. Heal was used by Taki in exchange for the cleanse from Super. Taki still looking for a little bit more here as he goes forward with the Oracles, just forcing Super and Alvaro away. Meanwhile on the top side, Dire looking for the dive. Another Zenith Blade onto Alvaro, but Elioya's on his way. Doesn't have the 6 yet. Alvaro flashing away. Cleanse flash out by Taki with the dive in with the Eviscerate. Meanwhile on the top side, Histo and Dire look for more. Taki low gets away. No! Elioya gets him in the end. Super just surviving. Mirwin down to 300 HP as the dive materializes for Team Secret Wales. Mirwin looking for that all out. Pops the Pathmaker into the Vault Breaker. Hero flashes in. Will tank 2 tower shots though. And he's slain by the tower. Mirwin unable to
win for Team Secret Wales if the bot lane had just kind of played it passively.
Yeah, Super barely living too there on the edge.
Mirwin going all out. Hero doesn't have flash, and Mirwin's just going to chase him down with the Antopos. Gets it after the Q3. Zenith Blade from Taki missing towards that top side. Mirwin's just be that little bit more cautious as Alvaro Putting a bit of vision towards the top side. We'll spot Histo jumping across the wall here. Alvaro could look for an engage into Shadowing Strike, and he'll use it. Flash Shadowing Strike into the Charm. Cease and desist used perfectly to buffer out of that Charm. Ball Breaker out as well. Perfectly played by Histo, but there still might be too many MKOI members surrounding him and getting the kill. TP in by Taki, no mana at the moment on Jojo. Accelerated shot blast coming out from Hero as they go in with a Hound's Pursuit. And now this Jace is in the middle of MKOI. Alvaro using that Magnus Storm into a great crash down, but Dire's here to bolster the defenses. Super coming across from the side. Alvaro falling low, will be taken out by a Weirding. Hero able to escape. Taki going back in with the Zenith Blade. Super flashing forward with the Blade Caller, but now the rest of his team are nowhere to be found. Team Secret Wales find two.
This Kai'Sa has ran the entire way from bot lane, whereas you've got the Cassante who's still in base. So more members of Team Secret Wales can jump in the mid lane.
Jojo caught out, doesn't have the flash, no Spirit Rush for him either, and Eddie gets his second. Alvaro a little bit off to the side here. We'll be able to crash down bottom side, give up the top side pressure, and you can see Elioyo coming across. There's the TP in. Redemption already onto Hero. Hound's Pursuit coming down as well as Mirwin looks for the Q3, but Hero's topped up by that Redemption, still taken out by Jojo, who came in with that teleport. Dire here to try and defend the tower, and will manage to do so. Dire jumping forward. Will just back.
Trying to deny like big cross map play. MKOI in the end get a couple of jungle camps, and
Shadowing Strike, immediately they dive onto Taki, and the Eclipse is not enough to save him! The Redemption not down in time, he does land the Solar Flare. Spirit Rush, dive in with the killing streak from Eddie as well, but Elioya's on the chase, trying to take down that Kai'Sa, and the Darking Daggers will be enough! The Hounds of Hell from Elioya for the double! Out of his blue side jungle, the Archon already down to 8,000 HP as MKOI look to see if the fight is viable. Mirwin on the flank, Redemption coming down, Alvaro with a 3-man Magnus Storm, and it's Super that takes the Archon. Pop goes the Vi, and the rest of his team follows suit. MKOI looking for vengeance against the LCP as they take down 4. Dire unallowed to escape. It's an ace for MKOI. Redemption bolstering up those numbers. the aggro Redemption. Jojo with the charm onto Dire. Should be able to jump out of this. Will go across the veil, try to get back towards his tower, but the tower isn't even safe as Jojo.
So trying to just go out fighting.
That's 2.5 minutes until that's all they need is.
Flash forward into the cease and desist, and they find Super! A perfect play by Team Base doesn't have TP, he's running as fast as his legs can carry him to join his team. Currently a 4v4 as Alvaro looks for the flank position. Elioya going in with the Darking Daggers. Dire trying to flank from the bottom side of the fight. Alvaro's here though. Crash down, Magnus Storm finds 2, Hound's Pursuit in. Elioya's already killed off the enemy jungler, and Eddie is next on the menu. These Hounds are hungry, and the pursuit goes on to Taki. A triple for Elioya. Jojo maybe called out a little bit. TP is coming in from Team Secret Wales. Histo still looking for that cease and desist. Volt Breaker forward, the charm will stop in. TP behind as well by Mirwin. Jojo going to be the first target. Solar Flare's going to follow up. Mirwin looking for that flank TP. Jojo will fall first. The shutdown goes over to Taki, but Elioya's on that backline once again. It's Histo and Taki trying to survive through Elioya. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Dire just gets assassinated by Super and Mirwin. Taki trying to get away from Elioya, but he continues to chase forward with that call of the pack, and Taki's done for. Hero, full HP.
Another bunch of gold for MKOI, and they're going to lay destruction to the towers afterwards.
Mirwin diving in with the all-out onto Hero, who's just deleted, and with Baron buff remaining for the next 50 seconds, this Red Bull Baron power play may include a 50 gold Nexus.
MKOI about to lay final siege to the Nexus turrets, and here comes the team.
Histo looking for that engage, the Magnus Storm from Alvaro diving in, Spirit Rush from Jojo just to escape. Histo down first. Taki the next target for MKOI. Super trading with Dire, who just gets back to the fountain in time. Meanwhile, Eddie doing everything he can, but he just can't survive through the wallet dip. It's vengeance for MKOI. They take down the LCP, and they go to 2-2.
MKOI find themselves now 1 series of TES leads over his opposition just off of the laning alone. So very, very comfortable on it, especially alongside the Braum. Now it looks like Hung going to end up opting in towards the Nico, looking to put a little bit of pushback against this Lucian Braum early power.
Now here's the possible dive. Will materialize. Kanavi comes across, Ruler forced away. Can just be to deny some of these minions as well. Winter's Bite onto Jacula. Duro the target. Kanavi going to be looking to try and get the damage down onto Duro. Hung with a great tower aggro juggle on the cannon. And Kanavi and Jacula are able to pick up that first blood. Ruler forced away at half HP.
Is that you literally count as what you're turning into, and so it even works for like runes that only activate on champions and
Spells
stuff
as well.
Hung going in here, looking for Ruler, who dashes away with the relentless pursuit. Hung flashing forward, though. The barrier coming out. Valkyrie forward from Jackie Love. Because blows down onto him. And Jackie Love flashes just in time to survive the Gatling gun coming out. Hung, a couple more auto attacks on him. And Light Slinger out on and Blaze. Gen G turn it on its head on the bot side. Winners by just
Immediately
one.
undoes so much of the work Top Esports set up on that bottom side.
Canyon now looking for the dive up towards top side. Can be a little bit risky. Flash in from Keen, bolt breaker from Canyon. Not risky at all, it seems. Perfect. Her health bar through fights like this. Canyon waiting as the grubs are begun by Top Esports. TP coming in from Duro as well as he looks to help out his teammates. Canyon and Keen going to walk across here first. Will be a 3v3 as Crean comes across. Kanavi able to pick up the first of the grubs. Canyon diving in, the cease and desist, but a great between worlds from Cream will get him out. Hung coming in with the strangled thorns as well. The dive ball to the void rush, Crescent Guard out. Keen survives through the tunnel. A great seismic shot finds two, and just as you think you got him, Gen G get you right back 2-0, and all of it on that seismic shot from Chovy. Duro flashes. Gen G somehow all come out alive.
Oh, the skirmish from Gen G. What? They get out alive. Keen survives. And in the end, they will get
the tower. Canyon looking for that cease and desist. Hung. Looming burst gets a bit of damage. Pop Blossom. Canyon tries to escape, but he's locked up with the tangle bombs. Unbreakable from Duro, keeping his jungler alive. But Jackie Love will take down 166 back in as Jackie falls for it. Canyon goes down in the dive. It's a 2-for-1 to Top Esports. The collapse coming in from Kanavi as Ruler has flash and barrier to try and get away from this. And should be able to dash
slow
out.
And then open up with that culling. And now Rift Herald immediately in towards the mid lane. Gen G are taking no prisoners.
Yeah, honestly, this is a masterclass from Gen G. Ruler and Duro, they push Jackie out so hard. Wait a second.
Flank. Jumps onto Duro, weirding back with a seismic shove. Between worlds goes Cream and dives onto Duro and flashes, and immediately he's locked up with the concussive blows that re-engage from Gen G. Perfect as they dive in with the cease and desist. Jackie Love can't survive. The onslaught of Keen and Canyon. A seismic shove buries Top Esports. 369 looks for the flash. An unstoppable onslaught. Left reeling, left trying to find a way back into this game, but the windows are rapidly closing on them as Hong goes forward. Pop Blossom onto 3, and perhaps that's it. Hong with a beautiful Pop Blossom. Ruler trying to get away as Hong chases him down, but Ruler escapes with the culling. Cream forced down towards the bottom side of the fight. Kanavi diving in. Wind becomes lightning, but Ruler dodges to the side of it. The redemption not enough. In the end, Kanavi will find his man.
Again, just continue to add to this lead.
Look at Duro. He just stands. He's like, hey, you want to get anywhere near? You have to walk through me, and through me is also through a seismic shove as Gen G look for the engage. Keen with a perfect bang. The Pop Blossom's only going to find the jungler. It's not enough. Crescent Guard from Kanavi won't keep him alive through the damage that is Ruler. The dash back from Cream. Oh, it's a shellacking. It's a demolition. I'm not even sure we're allowed to show this on your screen.
Into this tournament, an absolutely star-studded lineup here, and we're even going to see them continue.
Pop Blossom only going to hit onto Duro. Not able to chase any further as Canyon jumps across the wall with the bolt breaker. Duro, redemption coming down. Unstoppable onslaught won't be enough damage. Duro survives! Duro survives again. You just can't kill him. As Kanavi's caught out by Keen. He's going to pop the Crescent Guard to try and survive, but is guarding nada. Jackie Love and Cream feel the full power of the culling. Chovy's flashing the damn wall, for goodness sake, as Gen G once again. Anything but kind from Gen G. 21 kills to 5. Duro, he dies to a tower as Hung tries to do something to defend, but Gen G, sub 25 minutes, dismantle Top Esports.
The Nexus Tower at the end doing what Top Esports couldn't, and actually Cataclysm, the hot pot, would be spicy, and Aurelia would be very, very spicy, so I don't think we're going to get it. And you get the common answer into the Rumble, the Ornn.
You were so hopeful there for a second, but the Aurelia was never going to be locked in. Ornn crowd very much at the backs of their LPL representatives, and they need all the support they can get.
Alongside the help from the Doran shield, but Kanavi, he wants one more. Flash over the wall is available.
And he's going the other way. Comet Spear. Ooh, just short of Kanavi, tickles his toes as Chovy jumping in there onto Green Canyon, looking for it as well, and they get first blood! What was that, Chovy?
That focus on mid ends up backfiring, and now it's Top Esports that are struggling to make things happen.
Keen has the call of the Forge God and a flash. He's going to call in the train to try and clear out the wave. Puts it down the Fissure as well as Hung flashes forward. Good Bellows breath, but the Solar Flare there for the follow-up. And there's the kill for Top Esports. On the board, decide not to try and take this Barney, not to try and take this Frey. Trying to control that mid lane at the moment. 369 now teleporting towards the river. The Drake down to 3,000 HP. Kanavi jumping forward onto Keen. The Drake's still the target for Canyon and Chovy. Call to the Forge God as they dive back in. The double knockup. Canyon's already killed off Hung as Kanavi falls down to half HP. Duo with a good quickness. They dive back onto Kanavi. Fate sealed. Kanavi clapped by Chovy. Meanwhile, the dive onto the backline from Ruler, a killer instinct, and an instinct to kill here for Gen.G. Cream trying to escape, puts a soldier down to try and take out Ruler, but he just doesn't have the range.
Ruler found his moment to get on towards Jackie Love and enable the fight onto Cream, and now 369's in trouble.
369 has no flash here. Call to the Forge God, not going to come back with the Fate Seal. Goes on to 369. Flame Spitter, not enough to kill off Keen. Kanavi coming in. Duro there for a little bit of shielding. Solar Flare, Chovy, MKO's immediately. Duro with a double charm. Keen trying to escape with the spear. Will pierce his heart as he goes down. And now Chovy being collapsed on. Chovy doesn't have the flash. No Fate Sealed for him either. Will be very difficult to buffer out of Cream if he goes in for that Emperor's Divide. The wave on its way. 369 trying to shepherd it in. Chovy, the target, exhaust down, Soul Unbound comes out, but Chovy under the tower survives for as long as he can, but Top Esports put him 6 feet under.
After that play, it's got to build your confidence back up a little bit, you know? Getting at least some opening and seeing that Gen.G are mortal.
369, look at the flank here onto Chovy. Cream going in first. 369 with the Flame Spitter. Fate Seal comes out. Chovy able to dodge away with the Q3. Quickness coming out. The Zenith Blade eaten by Juro. Chovy with another shield able to survive. And now the Mikhail's going to heal him up, but he's taken out by Kanavi. Meanwhile, Hung and 369 are now in the middle of Gen.G. Chovy survived for so long that Gen.G collapsed and Top Esports collapsed. Just had a range of the Zenith Blade. Dashes back as Chovy snaps back to the river. There's Soul Point. 5 minutes away as Kanavi dives in. The Solar Flare hits Ruler, but immediately he cleanses it away, and Kanavi doesn't really have the backup. Cannon down towards the bottom side. Kanavi going back in, but Keen will put him 6 feet under. Good damage from Jackie Love, though. Gets one in response. Keen still looking for damage onto Cream. Keen jumps in with that knockup. Chovy, the Fate Sealed, and Emperor divides him. Ruler gets another duo with the knockup. Ruler trying to escape 369, but he's put on a spit, and he's well done. 369 and Top Esports fighting back.
They get some extra gold and they open up the map as well. There are objective bounties still up too if they can stick around.
Duro and Chovy look for the quickness combo here. They turn onto 369 who's overheated. Duro almost escapes, but Cream puts the soldiers down. Chovy just able to survive. 100 HP on him. Jackie Love doesn't have to act as a bodyguard, and Gen.G back away from it. Farsight alteration was used in the pit. The vision once again denied by the control ward just sitting outside of it. Kanavi dashes in onto Keen, not really the target that you want. Meanwhile, the Solar Flare dives in onto Juro, who gets the quickness off, but it's only onto Leona. Hung already down, the corner of the Forge God coming out as well as Gen.G get one and immediately back away.
It's everything onto Duro, but Duro is so slippery, he backs away. And now Gen.G continue to play back towards this Baron, teasing Top Esports.
Fate Seal from Chovy doesn't connect, but Canyon does! Jackie Love is sent packing the Cataclysm onto Cream. He dives in but dies for it. 369 trying to flash away. Cannon can still flag and jag and chase this one down. Once again, try as you might, you just can't beat them. Gen.G are the best in the world. Good DPSs. You've got an Azir, you've got a Yanaro, but that Azir sitting at 2 items right now as Kanavi jumps in. Once again, Duro the target, but he's durable and he'll just battle dance his way away. The Solar Flare doesn't find its mark. As now the call of the Forge God comes out from Keen, and he's praying to Chovy that church may be in session. Chovy unable to find the engage off towards the side, but again, someone has used the equalizer down, doesn't really connect onto anyone, does separate Keen from the rest of Gen.G. Redemption coming out. Keen should be able to get into it, not quite. Jackie Love has transcended himself as Chovy dashes back. 1 kill. Cream goes forward as they look for Ruler, but Ruler with a killer instinct dives behind Cream. Jackie Love diving in and Chovy going the other way once again. Gen.G clean up the fight. Sub 25 minutes, the second one likely to be sub 30. I think a lot of people will wonder, could this series have just been an email? Gen.G take their rightful spot in the final 8.
Okay, they're looking pretty scary. Gen.G coming in, tournament favorites. An absolutely statement series here from them.